Hello YouTube, welcome to part 5 of Vulcan Tour. Where we're going to be completing more quizzes. Sorry that the last part didn't have any talking, commentary. Yes, let's find out about the camera. An easy to use and versatile camera. Here's the Nintendo Switch 2 camera. It's been specially designed for use with the Nintendo Switch 2 console. So it should be easy to use whether the console is in TV mode, tabletop, or even handheld. We took into account the possible ways that the camera could be used in each play mode. The camera is connected via the Nintendo Switch 2 console's upper USB Type-C connector. It's even possible to change modes without having to disconnect it. The Nintendo Switch 2 camera is designed to be easy to use no matter the mode. USB cameras. If wondering whether you can use your own camera with the Nintendo Switch 2 console, that's totally fine, you don't have to use the Switch 2 camera at all. The Switch 2 camera console is also compatible with certain USB cameras. This opens up your options. If you happen to own a USB camera, it may be compatible with the Switch 2 console. It really depends on the USB camera though. If you're unsure, you can test whether it works by connecting the USB camera and then selecting Test USB Camera option within the system settings in the home menu. But if you don't already own a compatible camera, the Switch 2 camera has been designed to work with Switch 2 console. Some USB cameras can be used with Switch 2. The Switch 2 camera is fully compatible with the Nintendo Switch console. The camera stand. One thing you'll immediately have noticed about Switch 2 camera is that it comes with a stand. It's a handy thing. You can use it to quickly position the camera for use in TV mode, tabletop mode, or handheld mode. It won't move or fall over easily and has been designed to help the camera capture a clear image no matter where you place it. One more thing, if you ever record your face from below, you might have noticed it doesn't turn out flattering. With the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, the stand is quite tall so you won't have to worry about being too low. You can also place the camera wherever you'd like to get the optimal angle. Finally, there's one more benefit to the stand's height. It's tall enough that you can place the camera behind the Switch to dock and still get a good view. The stand allows you to position the Switch 2 camera easily to suit your playstyle. The stand allows the faces to be captured at more flattering angles. The Switch 2 camera was designed with brightness in mind. We wanted it to be able to capture people's faces brightly and clearly. First, the camera detects where your face is, then it brightens the image to bring out your face. Even if the background becomes too bright in the process, the camera prioritizes making people's faces brighter and clearer. For this reason, Switch 2 camera is not well suited to capturing landscapes without anyone's faces in them. The camera is designed to make people's faces look brighter and clearer. It's not so suitable for capturing landscapes without faces in them. If you're wondering whether the Nintendo Switch 2 camera can operate under darker lighting, the answer is yes. Even if you're in a dimly lit room at night, thanks to a sensor that can pick up even small amounts of light, the camera can capture a clear image. However, if the camera tries to brighten up an image in a dark environment, it can run into a problem. Image noise can be introduced from power supplies or heat, making the image even brighter. This may result in a muddy look. Normally, it wouldn't be possible to tell whether the muddiness is due to image noise or light spot. So how does the camera handle this? Here's an example. If there were no light spots in the previous image, then image noise is probably to blame. The camera constantly checks the image feed like this. It uses a number of different methods to try to eliminate as many sources of noise as possible. The Switch 2 camera can capture a clear image even in dark environments. It tries to eliminate as much image noise as possible. Oh. For having been such a patient reader, I have a quiz. Yeah, okay. Where in the Switch 2 console to connect USB Type-C connector. USB cameras, obviously. What does the Switch 2 camera stand help? Your face from a good angle. Hold up. Right back. I'll just do the camera quizzes today. Which of the following does the Nintendo Switch 2 camera prioritize capturing a bright, clear image of? People's faces. Image noise. And there should be a quiz down here. You can learn more about the camera here You'll find out how easy it is to use the camera's ring, to turn on the privacy modes, and let's go. A movable camera head. Nintendo Switch 2 camera has a movable head. It can be tilted up and down. More precisely, you can tilt it up about 25 degrees, down about 10 degrees from its initial position. With this range of motion, even if you place the camera somewhere high up or down low, you should be able to center it on what you want to capture. Also, to keep the head at the angle you just adjusted it to, you sandwich a silicone rubber between the inner parts. The Switch 2 camera can be tilted downwards at 10 degrees or upwards at 25. Capturing a wide angle. One benefit of the Switch 2 camera is that it can capture a fairly wide angle. To get a little technical, the diagonal field of view, or DFOV, is 110 degrees. That's nearly twice what the Nintendo 3DS camera could capture. Thanks to this wide angle, the Switch 2 camera can easily capture your whole face in a handheld mode. In tabletop mode, it's also easy to capture two people sitting playing side by side. And in TV mode, the camera can even capture a player standing up. You should also find it easy to fit multiple people in the same room within the field of view. If at any point you find that the angle is too wide, you can always zoom in when using game chat to narrow the field of view. The Switch 2 camera can capture a wide angle 110 degrees diagonal field of view, DFOV. The wide angle makes it easy to use the camera in any mode. Preventing distortion. You may notice already, but the Switch 2 camera is able to capture quite a wide angle. However, without taking any special measures, such a camera would run into a problem. The image would start to get distorted around the edges because it's fisheye. To address this, we've designed the lens so that people near the edge of the frame aren't distorted, while this means that the spot directly in front of the lens will come out slightly distorted. It reduces the chance of people looking distorted. If nothing is done to a wide-angle camera, the edges of the lens will be distorted because it's like fisheye. The Nintendo Switch 2 camera is designed so that people won't appear distorted. On the wing of the Nintendo Switch 2 camera is the privacy shutter. There's a slider you can turn to close the privacy shutter, which covers up the lens. When the shutter is closed, the camera won't be able to capture anything. So if you're ever concerned about privacy, you can simply close the shutter. When the shutter is closed, the lens will be covered with a light-colored lid, so you'll be able to tell at a glance. You can also check the LED to the left of the lens to confirm whether the camera is on or off. If the LED is on, the camera is on. If it's off, the camera is off. Oh, and in order to prevent the shutter from only closing halfway, we use a torsion spring to make sure it's either fully open or fully closed. It'll feel like it's snapping open or shut. One last thing, when you close the shutter, an image is sent to the Nintendo Switch 2 console to indicate that nothing is being captured. If you are worried about being seen on camera, you can simply close the shutter. As the shutter opens and closes, it'll feel like it's being pulled open or pushed shut. Look back through Nintendo's history and you'll find that Nintendo's been incorporating cameras in the games for some time. Game Boy camera. Using the Game Boy camera, you could play around with pictures that you took of your face. On the Wii console, you could aim the Wii remote pointer at the TV screen. That's not really a camera, it's an IR sensor. With the Nintendo DSi system, you could calculate how similar two people were in facial appearance. It wasn't accurate. With the 3DS system and AR cards, you could play with things that didn't physically exist in the real world. Augmented reality. On the Wii U console's Wii U gamepad, you could see faces of other players. Yeah, you could. Using the IR motion camera on the Joy-Con R, you could even build functional controllers out of cardboard, which you can't do with the Switch 2. And with Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, you could turn your home into a racetrack. It's not just about capturing video, it's about having fun. Nintendo has been offering ways for players to play games using cameras for a long time. Let's try it out. Push and run, what? Up and down. Uh, 110. The lens camera has been designed to make which of it the edges. Turn the slider. In which of the following ways could you use a camera to play on Nintendo consoles? Infrared camera, I guess. But it's more like a sensor, not a camera. We never had a camera. They're IR sensors, which are not cameras. Nice going, that was flawless. You should be a bit more familiar with the Nintendo Switch 2 camera now. How long did that take? 17 minutes roughly. Right, tomorrow we're going to be looking at Joy-Con 2 Inner, Joy-Con 2 Grip, and a Joy-Con 2 Grip. Alrighty everyone, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!